Buongiorno, welcome back to my channel. Today we are talking about a new release and it is the new Chloe Nomade Jasmine Naturelle Intense. I know, quite a long name. So if you want to know all about this fragrance, how does it compare to the original one, then please keep on watching. But before diving into details about this new release, if you're new to my channel, hi, welcome. My name is Noura and on this channel I mostly talk about fragrances. So if you are a fragrance lover, then please consider subscribing and also hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. Also follow me on Instagram where I post some exclusive content that I don't do here on YouTube. I will highly appreciate it if by the end of this video, if you found it helpful or you enjoyed it, to give me a thumb up. That will help me a lot. And without further ado, let's start. A very quick disclaimer before starting. I just chattered my brand new bottle of the Chloe Jasmine Naturelle Intense just a few minutes ago, and I'm a little bit upset, so unfortunately I can't show you the bottle, but trust me, like the smell is here, like the whole room smells like the fragrance. I think it will smell like it for a couple of days. And also sorry if I am not myself today, it's because of that. I am quite upset, I have to be honest. Anyway, let's start with this new release. Fortunately enough, I had the time to test it before the accident, and I am wearing it on this hand now in the dry down, and I have the original one on this one. And if you are not familiar with the Nomade Naturelle line, this line is totally different to the original Nomade. The original Nomade was a modern take on sheep, and it's totally different to the new natural flankers. So if you are a fan of the original Chloe Nomade, this has nothing to do with it. We are practically talking about two different lines, so keep that in mind. If you want a full review or a buying guide on all the previous Nomade, including the natural one, you will find it in the description down below, and I will also leave it in the eye up here. Now let's talk about this new release. So it is called a Jasmine Naturelle Intense. So you would expect more jasmine and an more intense version of the original Naturelle. So is it the case? Well, kind of. So first of all, let's start by the notes. So I will put the notes of the two fragrances here. Here we have the new jasmine one, and this is the natural one. As you can see, like from the notes, these are almost identical fragrances. The only thing that changes is the pear note added in the jasmine one, as well as the patchouli. And both of these fragrances, although you see these notes, are tropical fragrances. If you know terracotta from Guerlain, this is how these fragrances smell. Tropical, dense, and as I said in my review on the natural one, it's quite similar to terracotta. They are very, very similar, but I definitely recommend the natural one over terracotta because of the performance. Although I like the smell of terracotta from Guerlain much more, this one has an amazing performance. It will last on your skin for almost a whole day. It projects like crazy, like you don't need much of it. Now let's talk about the intense one. And I was a little bit afraid because how can it be even more intense than the OG Naturelle? Let me tell you. When you first spray it, you get that it is slightly intenser than the original one, but not by much. What mostly you get in the opening is the overdose of jasmine. So definitely there is more emphasis on jasmine on the new flanker. However, like 5 minutes, and you start to get like a total different experience. So the jasmine starts to like fade just a little bit, and dates and vanilla come through like the original one. Actually, on my skin, like after 5 minutes, it's the original one that is more intense. But wait for it, because my experience with this fragrance is just a roller coaster. In the very dry down, they are almost the same. Like almost. I mean, I can't say that they are identical, but yeah. Almost the same fragrance, but definitely the jasmine one is an intense version for sure. So yeah, don't be fooled by like, if you test the two side by side, like after 10 minutes, you will start to get the original one more. No. In the very dry down, it's the jasmine one that remains, at least for me, longer and also projects better, I would say. Not by much. So if we talk about longevity, it's like an hour and a half more persistence on my skin than the original one. And when it comes to projection, yes, it does have a better projection, but we are talking about the same range. So both of them are like a strong projecting fragrances, especially if you overspray. I don't use much of these kind of fragrances because I am a little bit sensitive to tropical fragrances, so I don't use much. But if you like use your usual amount of sprays, you will have quite a presence with these fragrances. In a nutshell, these two fragrances are quite similar. We are talking about tropical fragrances with a huge dose of vanilla and a sticky sweet date note. The difference to me is that overall, the new one, the Jasmine Naturelle, is more on the floral side. So you will get a little bit of a floral touch in it than the OG one. And that makes it slightly less vanillic than the Original Naturelle. Yeah, this is the only difference I can detect. Too similar to have both of them. As you all know, I decluttered the original one. I just kept a sample of it because it was too heavy for me. I am quite sensitive to very thick, vanillic, sweet, tropical fragrances. And it was just too much for me. And I know that a lot of you told me in the comments when I did my review on the original one that you actually suffered from a headache when you used the original one. This is strictly a fragrance for tropical lovers. However, I would say if you liked it but you wanted just like a slight more floral touch, or just for the sweetness to go down just a notch, then the new Jasmine one is for you. Overall, I like the new one more than the original one, and this is why I am so upset that my bottle broke. Anyway, side note here, did you notice the price hike in fragrances recently? It's crazy. It is insane how designer fragrances are pricing their fragrances recently. It's not just Chanel and Dior. Now I found everyone, almost everyone, yes, have increased by almost 20% their prices. It's really crazy, and this is maybe why I am so upset about the bottle. Anyway, enough complaining. In a nutshell, the new Chloë Nomade Naturelle, Jasmine Naturelle Intense is too similar to the original one to have both of them. If you are debating which one to get, let me tell you right from the start, you have to be okay with jasmine, you have to be okay with sweet fragrances and thick tropical vanillic fragrances. If you are okay with these notes, then I definitely would recommend the jasmine one over the original one. Unless you want more of the vanilla and less of the floral notes, then just go for the original one. Both have amazing longevity and sillage. I would also recommend both of them if you love terracotta from Guerlain. And that was it. That was my quick review on the new Chloë Nomade Jasmine Naturelle Intense. If you liked this video, please give it a thumb up and consider subscribing to my channel. Also, don't forget to hit the notification bell so you will get notified when I upload any new video. I have already reviewed a lot of the new releases. The new Irresistible from from Givenchy, and of course the new Narciso Rodriguez, the new Carolina Herrera Good Girl blush, and I have even more coming very soon, so please don't forget to hit the notification bell. If you had the chance to test this fragrance or you have it, please tell me in the comments down below what do you think about it. How does it compare in your opinion with the original one? I am always curious to see your comments down below. Thanks a lot for watching and see you next time. Ciao!